They have to have some middle ground and have some boundaries here, Your Honor. Gotta have some
Okay,
boundaries.
so what I'm going to do is ask you conservative lens to at least let them get to a point where you have a clear understanding of what's going on, and then you can object. All right.
I have one more quick clarification. So that first photo that I put up where I'm in that photo or Tom is in that photo, I can still use that, correct? Because we acknowledge that Lens could still be here. So I could still use that as evidence, correct?
Yeah.
If she can do whatever she wants to with it, she could cross-examine it. It is what it is, but I would still like to use it.
That wasn't the deal. The deal was that I just had to say I was MAGA, which is fine. I don't care. But it didn't say that you could admit that screenshot.
I could have sworn that was the other side because it was middle ground that Liv was talking about.
That wasn't the middle ground he was talking about.
Well, conservative lens, you kind of, how can I say this? I'm not supposed to be able to say this, but I'm just suggesting that it would be more effective for you to allow it so you can tear it down than to kick it out and then not have anything to tear down.
Well, that's, Your Honor, respectfully, that's more work for me. If I can get the evidence thrown out to begin with, then we can be done with it.
All right. So I would like to continue. I do have a witness that is.
Hold on. We can't move forward till we come to a conclusion on this. Is it terribly important that you keep that into evidence?
We will use the other photos. That's fine. We'll strike it. Yeah. We'll use the other photos, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. There you go. All right.
All right, cool. So I do have a screenshot here that I would like to go over that talks. I can get a little background to it prior to calling my witness up to stand, who has first count background with Kata Barbie and her transphobic rhetoric that is in the request box and ready to come up.
Okay.
So I would like to just get the big box real quick, Hog, and then I'll call the witness up to stand. Maybe DACA, maybe she can get your box real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay, so drop DACA. Yeah.
So it should be Queen should be in the box. I believe it is. It's a Queen. I believe it's Queen. Yeah, Queen should be in the box.
No, is it Erica? Why is Erica up here? Was Erica
should be Queen.
One?
Oh.
It should be Queen.
Should be Queen. But I would like to point out here, this was in the live earlier today. She's not in there. Let me message her and get her in here. But this was the live earlier today when your defendant here says, "But I love Bumblebee." I just want to get background. While I know I don't have any audio at this moment, I just want to get background to the jury. This conversation was talking about the charges that was being brought forward against Kay. And some of the rhetoric that she spills as far as transphobia. So that's kind of the background of it. Jury, be more than happy to take it if you want to. Lens, you can go ahead and object if you like to object. But I want to get in my questions with my witnesses on stand. Bailiff, can you go ahead and swear her in?
All right. Queen, do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth in the court of law today?
No.
Did you just say no?
I said
What?
Huh?
You was breaking up, Queen.
I do, yes.
Okay.
Hey, we had another BG situation for a second.
Hi, how are you doing today, Queen?
I'm good.
Good. Can you kind of just give me a state of record of how did you and Kata Barbie come into contact or have first conversation on this app?
We came into contact actually in Marquet's Discord.
Okay. All right. And would you consider Kata Barbie a possible close friend or anything today at this moment?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
Okay. And would it be any reason to believe why that may be, such as any of her rhetoric as far as transphobia or transphobic rhetoric that she might have said?
Yes.
Okay. Can you give me a moment of something she may have said, and to the jurors out there, that possibly could be anything, as we mentioned before?
Yes, I've heard her call people transformers in Bold's Live, as well as other homophobic names towards people in arguments.
Oh, and this is first count. This first count knowledge, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you would say at these moments where she's used this rhetoric, was she kind of hesitant to say it, or was it just something that seems like it was
Leading.
okay? I'll change the answer. Change the question. Do you believe that possibly, or do you believe that she may have been using these words before? This is not her first time saying things like this.
It seemed to come pretty easy to her, yes.
Relation.
Hey, so the way I would word it is, have you heard this? Have you heard this from him before?
Yes.
Okay. Has anyone ever addressed her about this rhetoric before? Oh,
Yes, they have.
yeah. And has she admitted to using it in any way for ill advantage or just in hateful rhetoric to individuals of the community?
Yeah, that was actually the way that we
speculation.
Have you seen her ever use this wording in ill will or towards that community? And
Yes, I have during a conversation in the Discord. Yeah.
Objection leading.
How's that leading? I mean, let me ask you something. What are they even allowed to ask the question?
Yeah, absolutely. He just can't lead the witness.
But have you?
What was leading about that? What was leading about that? I'm not. What was leading in that? I'm going to repeat the question. Let's hear what was leading about it.
Have you ever seen her use this rhetoric and ill will in a conversation that has been negative?
Yes.
How is that leading?
Because you're putting forth ill will in a conversation, right? So what you're doing at that point is you're leading her to answer the question in a way that is based off of her speculation of what Kay's state of mind was at that point.
The witness has already admitted and said on stand under oath that Kay has used this rhetoric when she's mad in an argument.
No.
She has.
Your Honor, I would like to exhibit to substantiate that. I'd like to exhibit. I don't know what exhibit we're on.
Asking for feelings from a witness is speculation.
Okay.
Yes, but how could he use the phrase? How can he establish ill will if you're saying he's not allowed to say he will?
Well, he'd have to say, was it her intent?
Objection overruled. Continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. And can you go a little bit into this conversation that you had first kind of knowledge about how this went?
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
Can you go a little bit deeper into this first account knowledge of the situation that occurred?
Yes. Which situation would you like me to speak on?
Discord.
There was a conversation about the LGBTQIA community in which Kay referred to them as P3DOs and groomers based on their sexuality.
Well, Your Honor, in regards to this testimony, I'd like to submit for the court exhibit. I don't know what it is.
This is Exhibit C.
Exhibit C.
Yeah, because B was removed.
Can I?
Yeah, because B was removed. Go ahead.
Okay. Exhibit C. Can I get the big screen?
Mm-hmm.
As we can see here, intent, transitioners, transformers, same shit. That's about it.
Oh, wait a minute. In writing, right?
Yes, in writing.
Oh my.
Yes.
Oh
yes, Your
my.
Honor.
Yeah, that's it. That's K.
Okay.
That's K.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, Kay, can I ask one question, Kay, for clarification for the court? Is this you responding to Rexy?
I'm going to instruct my client to not answer that question.
I thought I had one on you, Lynn. That was a good one. All right, go ahead, Spencer.
Yeah, thank you, Queen. I have no further questions for you. Does any of my prosecution have any questions for?
Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to submit again Exhibit D for the record. And this speaks to this specifically speaks to character. 1 second. Let me
You are a child doxer at that. Yeah, no, Prince, I condone everything you do next, and yes, I will continue calling you bitches groomer apologists, because that's what you fucking are. Please and thank you.
yes, Your Honor, I'd like to submit that.
Objection Foundation.
Yes, Your Honor, it speaks to the intent. When we talk about intent as we prior in the trial, that Kay full wellingly knew the harm and the rhetoric that she would use. And this speaks to the intent and knowing that these things would be harmful and still perpetuating this rhetoric in the first place. So I believe we've substantiated Kay's intent in regards to transphobia.
Your Honor, I object because that was a small clip. We don't know where that clip was from. We don't know what the context or content of the conversation was.
Okay, so calling someone a child groomer is bad. It stands on its own.
Your Honor, she didn't say that in that clip. She said a groomer apologist.
So, Your Honor, out of respect for Kay, there is harmful language in regards to Kay's defense of themselves being doxxed. I don't want to submit the full clip in and of itself because it is harmful to Kay. But if the court wants, I will submit the entire video for relevance.
We made a pact that we wouldn't actually harm people outside of this courtroom by conservative.
It doesn't give her a name or anything like that. It doesn't give her a name. It just speaks to the relevancy of it.
But what I'm saying, you do know this could cause friction in the TikTok community if he's allowed to play more than
that was the whole. Exactly. And that was my whole point. I don't want this to be harmful to Kay in any way outside of having a good time over here in this TikTok courtroom. But if Lynn really wants to press the issue, I can play the full clip. I just don't think that it would benefit your client.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So conservative K, what say you on that? Are you still dead set on I think you should confer with your client on this.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you remember the conversation that came from?
That conversation had nothing to do with the entire community. That's why him playing that shit was completely BS.
All right, so my objection stands.
Wow.
Okay, so no, and I'm going to, as in protection of K, I'm going to have to say that recording be removed because we can't create an entirety, and we made a pact that we were doing this all in just for fun and not to harm anyone. So
I agree.
I'm gonna make the hard decision and say just remove that particular tape, please.
Yeah, I agree. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
T-Bone, do you have any questions to ask Queen? Then we can move over to defense. Lynn can ask some questions so we can get her. I don't want to waste
questions.
Okay. Go ahead then.
Is everybody done asking Queen questions? Is it my turn to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I actually one more question? What was the conversation in regards to as a whole? Can you speak to that?
Yes, the conversation was in particular to one member of the community, yes, based on his sexuality, which would then in turn mean everyone with that same sexuality. So even though she was talking about an individual person, it was on the basis. If I'm the witness and I was there, I can't speculate something that I know that I heard.
Yeah, but you're speculating, stating that it was towards everybody when it was just towards a specific person.
In her own words, she said that it wasn't towards the entire community. It was towards one person because of his sexuality, which you cannot pinpoint one person's sexuality without
After he
pinpointing
doxed her,
everyone with the
correct?
same.
After he
But
doxed her, correct?
No,
conservative lens,
incorrect.
conservative lens. The best way to deal with this is that to deal with that in the cross examination instead of stopping it from the beginning. Deal with it with the cross examination. You may find that it'd be more beneficial to you. Objection overruled.
Hey, can I just say something real quick, Judge?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if you're gonna sit here and bring that up, Liv, I'm going to fucking drop because that has nothing to do with this fucking conversation. If you were gonna do this, bring some personal shit in, I was not gonna fucking come up. This is fucking ridiculous.
It is to my opinion that if you don't want to, it not being a serious court of law, if you do not want to continue, we won't force you to continue.
This has nothing to do
So
with me talking about the entire community. I can understand me saying Transformers, but this shit had nothing to do with the entire community.
If you make fun of someone for being gay, you can't make fun of just
This
that
is
person.
so
You have
I
to
don't know
acknowledge
if
that it means anyone with the same sexuality. That's just a fact.
Yeah, that clip had to do with something else, a whole nother situation, and that had nothing to do with the entire community either.
Okay, yeah, okay.
It doesn't have to do with the entire community if it's on the basis of
Doesn't
someone's
matter. The fact that
sexuality.
we need
Order in
Kay,
the court,
just
order.
Kay, I got you.
I fucking
So
told you, T-Bone, some
Kay,
shit like
I
this
know.
Yeah,
So
hold on,
Okay,
hold on.
we're gonna end
at
this.
this yeah.
At this point in time, we're gonna end this court. We're gonna end this. We're gonna stop this. We're gonna stop this. Kay, you are excused. Understood. Understood. Okay, Kay. And there you have it. That's the end for the day. That's the end of it.